All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Duel number one. Trevor Asronoff and Quentin Haley on the front row. Dale Coker and Devin Ray on the second row. Tyler Irwin and Matthew Long have the third row. Kevin Azar, Chris Walker on the fourth row. Dawson Wise and Ryan Caldwell round out the top 10. Evan Yannick and Zachary Tyler start 11th and 12th. Frederick Ladesseur in 13th. Joshua Rudolph in 14th. Nicholas Johnson and Patrick Pieper 15th and 16th. Troy Thomas Jr. and Andy McLeod 17th and 18th. Garrett Korn, Stephen Johnson 19th and 20th. Chad Johnson and Chad Ragsdale 21st and 22nd. Mason Mitchell, Kyle Reeder 23rd and 24th. Ryan and Donald Durant's 25th and 26th. Jacob Diaz and Joshua Nichols 27th and 28th. Lynn Marble and J.R. Tanksley round out the 30-car field for duel number one. An 8-lap race, the top 17 advance. This is gonna get exciting out here. Even these duels, 30 cars each. And no cautions during the duels. That will step things up quite a bit. If a driver gets caught up in an incident, they are likely out of the race. Two 8-lap duels, then to the 60-lap feature. A great way to start the season. As Kirk Marble just mentioned, we do have a huge number of drivers this season, and it's gonna be a wild one. These cars definitely do not have a lot of grip. It'll take a lap and a half to get up to speed. Things are about to heat up right now. Green flag is in the air. The new SMR X Series season is underway at Daytona. Remember, a lap and a half to get these cars up to full speed. Some of these drivers are going to be trying to fight their way to the top 17 as quickly as possible. Normally we'd see a group break off the back to play it safe. Already a couple cars off track. Garrett Korn, Joshua Rudolph. Andy McLeod also off track. Quentin Haley and Devin Ray still hold the front line. Joshua Nichols making his way through the field as Stephen Johnson is out. He is wrecked and towed it in. Donald Durant's had a problem as well. He has gone off track. Andy McLeod has had a problem. Everybody stacked up, still side by side. Mason Mitchell, the 147 car, is the car currently in 17th. But a little bit of a blink for Mason at the moment. That could be a problem. That blinking City Chevrolet car is the car on the bubble. Everybody in front of him at the moment is into the feature. We've got a couple of cars now trying to make it 3 wide up top. Trevor Aswarnoth also starting to make a move up on the high line. He takes the lead, drops to the bottom. Quentin Haley back out front on that top line. Everybody up to full speed. Zachary Tyler just set the fastest lap as we've got 3 wide mid-pack. Drivers already trying to get to that high side. Evan Yannick up top, trying to move forward. He's currently in 13th, trying to get up to a secure spot. Looked like he kissed the wall. Patrick Pieper in the blue and pink car, currently in 17th. There's a wreck up top. Several cars involved. Mason barely survived. Troy Thomas, Kyle Reeder, Ryan Green, all caught up. That lead pack now down to about, looks like 14 cars in the lead pack with 15. Oh, we've got a wreck in the lead pack. Holy cow. They are wrecking up toward the front. Chaos already. Mason Mitchell continues to avoid everything. Has now moved up into the top 10. He's still blinking. Now that lead pack about 6 cars deep. J.R. Tanksley also out in this one. Two laps to go in the first duel. Chris Walker currently back in 17th, and Chad Johnson 16th. Lynn Marble has come through all the chaos, as well as Joshua Nichols. Both of those drivers up 14 spots. Chad Johnson currently sitting in 17th. The next car back, Kyle Reeder, about 4 seconds back. They've got a small pack trying to get together and get back into the fight. As Trevor takes the white flag one more time around in duel number 1. That top 5 battling it out will allow a few more cars to reel. Oh, we've got some bumping at the front. And a couple of the top 5 are off, including Dale Coker. Trevor Aswarnoth, Devin Ray all alone, banging doors out of 4. Quentin Haley back in 3rd. Who's it going to be? At the line, Devin Ray wins Duel 1. What a wild, wild duel race. Zachary Tyler was the last car to make it in, right behind Chad Johnson, Lynn Marble, Chris Walker, and Joshua Nichols. Trevor Aswinoth comes home in second, barely 1/100th of a second difference at the line. And on to duel number 2. Here we go, duel number 2. Devin McDonald and Brandon Topping on the front row. Mark Dantuma, Christopher Emerson on the second row. Richie Joplin, Harold Tucker on the third row. Brandon Jennings and Dylan Schreiner on the fourth. Scott Roney and Daniel Reff round out the top 10. CJ Jeffries starting in 11th. Next to Cody Kennedy in 12th. Richie Ragsdale and Edmund Jones 13th and 14th. Brandon Vigno and Tyler Thomas 15th and 16th. David Flanagan, Jess Newsom 17th and 18th. Devin Farman and Evan Carlbin 19th and 20th. Mason Cassidy and Malachi Martin 21st and 22nd. Ryan Ayers, Jeremy Queener 23rd and 24th. Mark Clue starting in 25th, Daniel Palmer in 26th, Austin Ruskoff in 27th, Scooter Black in 28th, Cody Dean 29th, and Chris McKay starting in 30th. Dale, that was a heartbreaker, buddy. "30 cars starting duel number 2, and once again, only 17 cars will advance. And bear in mind, 30 cars start each duel, 36 cars will start the feature. Don't forget, make sure you're following on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. I know we're going to have a lot of YouTube shorts after tonight. Kirk, you're absolutely right. Duel 1 was one heck of a show. Pace car drops back in. Devin fires there away. The green is back in the air for duel number 2. Already we've got a couple of drivers that were trying to go 3 wide through 1 and 2, but couldn't make any move up the middle. I suspect it will not be long before we see somebody come charging from behind. Austin Ruskoff appears to be laying back just a little bit. After watching Heat 1, that might be the right move. Already 3 wide out of turn 4. Mid-pack as guys try and get their way into the top 17. Oh, big wreck on the front stretch. Remember, no cautions in the duels. Edmund Jones, Tyler Thomas, both caught up. Several others as well. Daniel Riff caught a piece of it, as they're already back to 3 wide and up at the front 3 wide. They settle back in side by side. David Flanagan currently in 17th, but just lost it to Queener as some of the drivers back behind come up to speed. Ryan Ayers has the fastest lap so far in 5th. Flanagan has gone to pit road, as has Chris McCaughey. Oh, we've got one spinning. Devin McDonald still in the lead, but now they're 3 wide up front. This ain't a good idea, as there's a car with a blown engine on the bottom. The lead pack has broke up a big mess out of turn 4. There is debris all over the track that could be a problem. Mason Cassidy, David Palmer, Malachi Martin, Dylan Schreiner all caught up. Cody Dean also catching a piece of it. Brandon Jennings also in trouble. The lead pack currently 7 cars. Richie Joplin hangs off the back. Jeremy Queener now to 8th. CJ Jeffries in 9th. Scooter Black in 10th. Mark Kluge in 11th. Edmund Jones in 12th. Brandon Vigno in 13th. Tyler Thomas in 14th. David Flanagan back on track in 15th. Jesse Newsom in 16th. Harold Tucker in 17th, coming off pit road. Holy cow, what a wild start. Don't worry, folks, there will be cautions in the feature. And we will get to look at the replays, although you gotta wonder, will they be any more patient? Lead pack, 7 cars deep. Richie Joplin did not expect to survive. So far, he is still in it. Randy Ayers in 5th, up 18 spots. Scooter Black in 10th, up 18 spots. Mark Kluge right behind him, up 14 spots. Evan Carlban now in 5th, up 15 spots. Austin Ruskoff still on track, but back in 24th. Kirk, I really wish you guys would stop calling him that. I'm older than Richie. Devin McDonald out front. Brandon Topping on his bumper. Lap traffic is about to become a big issue. A very big issue for the leaders. Whoa, we've got a lot of banging. And holy cow, several drivers off into pit road and in the wall. Evan Carlban survives to take the lead at the white flag. Holy cow, they are bumping lap traffic out of the way. Cody Kennedy now up into third. Devin McDonald in fourth. Christopher Emerson in fifth. Richie in sixth. Brandon Topping coming back in seventh. But Evan Carlton and Ryan Ayers side by side for the win. They've got a pack closing in. They are getting defensive. It's going to be close at the line. Evan Carlton wins duel number 2. Cody Kennedy comes home in second. Ryan Ayers in third. Devin McDonald in fourth. Christopher Emerson in fifth. Folks, you might want to take a moment, catch your breath, because we're going to the feature, and man, it's going to get wild. The drivers get a 2-minute warm-up. Last chance to run to the snack bar and hit that like, follow, subscribe. Most importantly, hit that share button. Invite friends, invite your family. As if those 2 duels taught us anything, things are going to get spicy. 36 cars will take to the track for the feature. All right, we have a 60-lap feature here tonight. The fuel window, 17 to 20 laps. So 2 to 3 stops for the drivers. Kirk, that would be insane, buddy. 60-car field, that, yeah. Just a few seconds left to go. Take a deep breath. You may not get another chance. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from Daytona. Cody Burke and Christian Visconti start on the front row. Devin Ray and Evan Carlton on the second. Trevor Aswornoth and Cody Kennedy on the third row. Quentin Haley, Ryan Ayers on the fourth. Tyler Irwin and Devin McDonald round out your top 10. Nicholas Johnson, Christopher Emerson start 11th and 12th. Frederick Laudeser and Richie Joplin 13th and 14th. Mason Mitchell, CJ Jeffries 15th and 16th. Chad Ragsdale, Jeremy Queener, Kevin Kazar, and Scooter Black round out the top 20. Patrick Pieper, Mark Kluge 21st and 22nd. Ryan Caldwell, Edmund Jones, 23rd and 24th. Dale Coker and Brandon Vigneault, 25th and 26th. Joshua Nichols, David Flanagan, 27th and 28th. Chris Walker and Jesse Newsom round out the top 30. Lynn Marble, Harold Tucker, Chad Johnson, Richie Ragsdale, Zachary Tyler, and David Farnan round out the 36-car field at Daytona. After announcing all those names, I need a nap. Everybody rolls off pit road. And it looks like they are going to delay the green flag. Cody Burke appears to be dropping back. If he continues to drop to the tail, that'll put Devin Ray and Christian Visconti on the front row. Not sure why our defending champ is dropping to the back. Might just be a safety move for him. Kirk, you did better than I could do, buddy. All right, folks, let's get some predictions in the comments. What lap will we have our first caution? And how many cautions do you guys expect here tonight? Lights are back out on the pace car. 36 cars, 60 laps, at least 2 pit stops. What could possibly go wrong tonight? Let us know in the comments who you're cheering for here tonight as well. Kirk Marble expects an early big one, then a long calm race with 4 cautions. Anybody else out there has a prediction? Let us know in the comments. Cody Burke did drop to the tail end of the field despite qualifying on the pole. I expect a small group to break off and drop off the lead pack early on. The start will be on green. Infinity Frost saying the 3 JSR guys up front, he's cheering them on as here we go. Green flag is in the air. The new season of SMR is here. Remember, a lap and a half to get these cars up to full speed. You guys saw the next gen cars running last night at Talladega. We talked about how they have so much more downforce and still bobble around a lot. These cars don't have nearly the downforce they do. And after a few laps, these guys will be sliding all over the place. Looks like off the start, everybody taking it a little bit on the patient side. Cody Burke is dropping off the back all alone. Too wide throughout the field. Nobody making any aggressive moves. Everybody's settling into a rhythm. Remember, they can only go 17 to 20 laps on a tank of fuel, and if you pit alone, your chances of winning drop significantly. So drivers have to be thinking about positioning themselves near friends or teammates, somebody they can work with when the time comes. I expect to see a few drivers also testing their run to the front. Oh, we've got a couple up in the wall. Not too much momentum lost, no problems. Pieper stuck in the middle, 3 wide, he finally clears. Another car stuck up on the high side, losing ground. Chris Walker has the fastest lap so far, 47.16. That is the fastest lap we have seen all night. Both duels, all the laps were in the 48-second range. These guys in this big of a pack just going that much faster. We've got one up in the wall. That was Jeremy Queener. He drops back but slides back in line. As Gerald Thanos Poole points out, love the one you're with if you ain't got any friends. Everybody given space here. Most of the drivers staying too wide for the moment. So far, biggest mover looks like is David Flanagan in the 31. Flanagan up 15 spots into 13th. Behind him, Chris Walker up 14 spots into 15th. Chad Johnson up 11 spots into 22nd. Defending champ Cody Burke still at the back. There's about 4 cars putting a little bit of space there. They're still in the lead draft, but they do have a little bit more time to react. Devin Ray has control out front. Gerald mentioning 17 laps of fuel. That is a very common thing with SMR. Last season in the Gen 4s, we saw sometimes 3 and 4 stops during a race. Austin Ruskoff likes to keep the fuel low. Makes everybody work for it. See if we can get a look down from the blimp. And you can see just how close everybody is, but you don't really know how close it is and how squirrely you are. How hard these cars get to drive until you ride along with one of the drivers, Richie Joplin in 16th. You see the cars all moving around. You see that car directly, and every bump unsettles these cars. They do not have very much spoiler, not a lot of rear downforce. These cars get squirrely very, very easy. This field definitely has their hands full tonight. Looking back at riding along. Whoa! Big wreck into turn one. Caldwell just barely avoids it. First caution of the night. Zachary Tyler involved. Brandon Vigno also involved, as well as Chad Johnson. There you see it as they come through. Oh! Looks like the 12 tried to shoot down the track. Gets into, I believe, Patrick Pieper. Some of the drivers back behind as this pops off. They come speeding in. All they can see is smoke. Some of them piling in. Some of them go to the grass. Likely not the biggest crash we'll see tonight. Brandon Vigno, Zachary Tyler had to tow it into pit road. Looks like Chad Johnson was able to limp it back. And I suspect we are going to... Yep, looks like everybody is coming in. That was likely not the biggest wreck we'll see tonight, as drivers took fuel only up front. Looks like the majority of the top 20 all take fuel only. CJ Jeffries coming out 23rd, is the first car out with 4 fresh tires. Jeremy Queener came out in 19th, took right sides. And a lot of drivers still on pit road trying to get manual repairs and holding on to that fast repair as long as possible. Infinity, keep us posted. I don't have a list of the JSR cars, so keep us posted where your team is. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow afternoon / evening. The Unicorn will be trucking. And of course, if you play American Truck Sim or Euro Truck Sim 2, you're always welcome to join the convoy. It'll be utter chaos. Make sure you're following on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. We've got a lot of big announcements coming in 2025. And we have got a lot of YouTube shorts coming out. I have a feeling we're going to have quite a few YouTube shorts after tonight. Just a hunch. First caution of the night, lap 9. Everybody already stacked back up, ready to go. Also, if you missed it, we have started our 2025 charity fundraising the other day. This year, we're raising money for 2 charities. As always, we'll be raising money for the MS Society. But this year, in honor of the unicorn, we'll be also raising money for the American Cancer Society. We have already put up the American Cancer Society link to donate. We will be doing merch giveaways, competitions, and other stuff. To help raise money this year. Don't forget you can also subscribe on Facebook and Twitch. And we'll have paid subs for YouTube very, very soon. Here we go. Pace car is in. Devin Ray still up front. Green flag is in the air. Zachary Tyler just rolling off pit road. Visconti gets the nose ahead as they go off through 1 and 2. Seeing quite a bit of patience out there. Still 33 cars on the lead lap. And you know what we haven't done quite yet, folks? We haven't cranked it up yet. So at the start-finish line, I'm going to shut up. You guys crank it up. Listen to all that power. Crank it up, everybody. Lap traffic just ahead of the leaders. Trevor Asronaut and Christian Visconti up front. Things are going to get a little bit spicy. They're already 3 wide in the lead group. Lap traffic pulling down to the apron, thankfully. Cody Kennedy now up into the mix. He is up to 6th. David Flanagan up 21 spots. Now 22. Oh, big wreck. Caution. Frederick Ladouceur, Mason Mitchell, Cody Kennedy, Jesse Newsom, and more involved. Second caution of the night. Let's see what popped off here. Three wide out of turn 4. Oh, looks like a bad bump up on the high line. They get it squared away. Coming out of 4. A little bit of a bump, a little door banging into Kennedy. Frederick goes off. Looks like minimal damage for the drivers. Most of them ended up getting yeeted into the infield. And most of the field back behind able to avoid the worst of this. A few bumps at the back. Hey, good evening, Almighty Poet. Everybody will likely be back on pit road just to top off on fuel. Remember, 17 to 20 laps on a tank. Tyler Irwin and Patrick Pieper both stayed out, as did David Farnan. First one off pit road, though, is Devin Ray, followed by Christian Visconti. No, I am sorry. Trevor Azranoff came out off pit road first. Followed by Devin Ray, Christian Visconti, Chris Walker, David Flanagan, Ryan Ayers, and Evan Carlbin. Still have 29 cars on the lead lap. Cody Kennedy, Harold Tucker, Richie Ragsdale, all still on pit road, trying to get those cars manually repaired. Everybody trying to save that fast repair as long as possible. Richie and Harold on their way out. Cody rolling now too. They will maintain the lead lap. A few drivers toward the back, hopping in to top off. Chad Johnson, Joshua Nichols, Chad Ragsdale, Mark Kluge, all back in. That little splash of fuel right now could make a huge difference late in the race. Looks like 32 drivers still on the lead lap as we get ready to go back to green. Everybody stacked up, ready to go. Trevor Azranoff, Tyler Irwin have the front row. Here they come through 3 and 4. Pace car about to drop back in. Here we go down the front straightaway. Pace car is in. Green flag is back in the air. Barney the Flagman definitely going to get a workout here tonight. Already seeing drivers changing lanes, but no big aggressive moves up through the top 20 yet. Still too wide through most of the field. Some of those drivers at the back did those manual repairs, maybe dealing with a little bit of damage. They have to stay toward the back of the draft to maintain pace. We'll likely see most of those drivers get that fast repair late in the race. And caution! Caution is back out. Looks like a bit of an incident coming off turn 4. Edmund Jones involved there on the bottom. CJ Jeffries up top. They're 3 wide, just ahead. Oh, looks like somebody ends up in the wall. A couple of drivers. Let's see if we can get a better view. Looking down from the blimp. Through 3 and 4, you see that 3 wide action just ahead. And, oh, just ahead, the car gets turned into the wall. The stack up behind catches several drivers. Looks like Lynn Marble managed to avoid it. Jeremy Queener got the worst of it. There's the big pileup coming to this. Wow. There you see the 162 in the wall. Just nothing he could do, and most of the field does manage to scoot by safely. Several drivers went in to top off. Some go in for repairs. Jeremy Queener obviously getting some repairs, and several just top off, shaking up the top 10 once again. Trevor Azranoff still in the lead. Chris Walker in second. Devin Ray in third. Ryan Ayers in fourth. And David Flanagan in fifth. Christian Visconti, Evan Carlban, David Farnan, Jesse Newsom, and Dale Coker, the top 10. Biggest movers at the moment, David Farnan up 28 spots into 8th. Chris Walker up 27 spots into 2nd. And David Flanagan up 23 into 5th. Jesse Newsom of 21 into 9th. Dale Coker at 15 spots into 10th. Looks like Carlton, he faked the pit road. Nobody bought it. As Kirk Marble points out, it is a one-stop race for most of this field from here. Might be a stretch for a few of them at the front who did not pit. Lights are already back out on the pace car. Lap 22, Gerald. Don't forget, we'll have more racing Tuesday night as C12 Motorsports Street Stock Series is back in the first week of February, Monday and Wednesday night. Monday night we'll have Jones BS Racing. We posted on Facebook a recruitment poster as their recruitment starts tomorrow night. And C12 will bring back the Truck Series on Wednesday nights. Recruitment there likely to start in the next few weeks. Here we go. Pace car is in. Still 32 cars on the lead lap. Green flag back in the air. Everybody side by side. This time we've already got 3 wide. Defending champ Cody Burke currently in 20th. Cody's been able to avoid all the chaos so far. Headed off into 3 and 4. Remember, these guys not at full speed yet. They'll hit full speed about midway down the back straightaway. Now you can see the speeds these guys are running up at the front, 188, 189. But you go further back in the pack, back in the draft, these guys are picking up even more speed, 192, 193. Trevor still has the lead with Devin Ray up beside him. Ryan Ayers leads that high line at the moment. At bottom line, staying better formed. If that high line tightens up, they'll come charging by. Everybody staying too wide, showing a little bit more patience after a couple of big incidents here. And a little bit of the pack breaking off the back. Richie Joplin leading the second pack for the moment. Cody Kennedy just set the fastest lap of the night, 46.85. These guys just keep getting faster and faster. Out of turn 4, starting to see a few drivers make the peak to go 3 wide here. These drivers do have to keep a close eye on those engine temps. We'll see a few of the drivers, especially in that bottom line, start peeking out to the high side or to the bottom just to get some air into the radiator. Ryan Ayers pushes to the lead. That high line starting to build some momentum. They'll continue to get a little bit faster the more rubber they lay down on the track. But that high line has got to do a better job of staying together. Edmund Jones starting to make his way forward. He is up 13 spots into 11th. Cody Kennedy lost a lot of ground after that caution. He is all the way back in 22nd. Our defending champ, Cody Burke, currently in 19th. Whoa, one of the drivers at the back of the outside line just gave the wall a little bit of a kiss. That was Jeremy Queener kissing the wall on the front stretch. Queener has definitely had a very rough night here tonight. One driver all alone up on the high side. Oh! Frederick Labasseur trying to make something happen, but nobody going with him. He is able to use the side draft, though, pick up a little bit of ground, and as the drivers on the high line weave outward, he gets a, oh, caution! Caution is out. I'm not 100% sure what for. Let's see if we can take a look at a few drivers toward the back. There's the middle of the pack as they come through the front stretch. Oh, Lynn Marble gets a bump, gets turned to the infield. Wow, comes back up on track, barely misses another car. Great save by Lynn. Chris Walker currently in the lead. Nobody can make it from here on fuel. We're just about at the halfway point. They're going to come in and top off anyway. Will anybody stay out for track position? Looks like Patrick Pieper may be the only one. Zachary Tyler also stays out. Everybody else is on pit road. Being at the front may be the safest place right now. Brandon Vigno getting a wave around. That'll put him one lap down. Likely to start see some more drivers get back to the lead lap. Still 32 cars on the lead lap. Lynn Marble, fuel only on his stop. He managed to avoid any damage. What a great save by Lynn. Patrick Pieper stays out. And Pieper's going to come in this time, along with Chad Ragsdale, Zachary Tyler. Likely to see several more back behind come in to top off. Maybe not. And we got a few more coming to pit road as Chris Walker will reassume the lead next to Devin Ray. Harold Tucker, Chad Ragsdale, Patrick Pieper, and Ryan Caldwell appear to be the only ones that came in. As everybody stacks back up for the restart. Just past the halfway point, so everybody will be able to get fuel in about 7-8 laps. Everybody should be good to go to come in and top off. Our longest green flag run so far has been about 10 laps. If they can make it that far, we'll see everybody in next time. Pace car is in, and green flag is back in the air. Patrick Pieper is ducked back to pit road. Off into 1 to 2 as everybody starts to build speed. The field breaking up a little bit as they come up through the gears. Pieper on his way back out. Zachary Tyler at the back of the lead pack for the moment. And Chris Walker out front as they go 3 wide right behind him. And a car blinking up on the high line. They are going to go 3 wide at the front. Everybody sliding around at the front. This is, oh, we've got one sideways. They survive. The caution gets thrown. The caution got thrown, but possibly unnecessary as everybody managed to save it. Holy cow. Everybody's still in one piece, as we'll allow Pieper to pull back up. The driver's looking for the pace car. We're likely to see a quickie caution. Brandon Vigno getting another lap back here. Chris Walker out front, biggest mover, up 28 spots to the lead. David Farnan up 25 spots into 11th. David Flanagan up 22 spots into 6th. And Edmund Jones now up in the fight. He is up 16 spots to 8th. As a lot of them come in, but Christian Visconti fakes the pit road and stays out. Frederick Lavasseur, Edmund Jones stay out, as does Kevin Gazar, CJ Jeffries, Devin McDonald, Nicholas Johnson, Cody Kennedy, and Tyler Irwin. Zachary Tyler also stays out. Staying out at this point, not a bad call. All the drivers dropping to the apron to conserve fuel. 24 laps to go. If they can conserve fuel under caution and get another caution, they can likely go from here. Kirk, I suspect you're right. This race will get wild, especially when we get down to about 10 to go. Our defending champ, Cody Burke, currently in 17th, just continuing to inch his way toward the front. And it looks like we've got a bunch of them coming back in to top back off. As they begin to stack up and we get 1 to green. It's a gutsy move to stay out at this point, but the track position up front might be the safest place to be at the moment. Everybody stacking back up, ready to go. Christian Visconti and Frederick Labaseur on the front row. And for the first time tonight, Kevin Kazar and Edmund Jones in the top 5. Zachary Tyler finally cracking up into the top 10 in the 22 car. Barney up in the flag stand. Pace car dives to pit road. And here we go. Green flag back in the air. Out of the trial toward turn 1. They get single file for the moment at the front. That doesn't last long. Christian Visconti doing everything he can to defend. Jumps up to the high line. Now Edmund Jones leads a... Whoa! That was close. Labaseur and Visconti dive to the bottom right in front of Edmund. A very, very close call as CJ Jeffries leads the outside line. Middle of the pack, everybody trying to pick their line and settle in, trying to find a way toward the front. Edmund finally, oh, we've got a wreck back behind. Several cars involved. Zachary Tyler, Chris Walker involved, as well as Lynn Marble. Caution is back out. And some of the drivers should be able to go the distance on fuel from here. Here they come out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. A lot of bumping. One of the Johnsons gets turned around. Oh, the 24 comes all the way across. There you see that outside line moves up. Looks like they just ran out of space. Several cars do manage to survive it. Close calls all around. And almost everybody is on pit road. Chris Walker stays out. He'll pick up the lead here. A lot of drivers coming back off pit road. And let's see if we can take one more look at this one. Looking down from the blimp. Yeah, they move up to block and it checks up everybody. Kazar gets hit in a big way. He slides it through the infield, but does get back out on track. That was a close call for everybody back behind. A lot of drivers diving back onto pit road to top off one last time. About 18 laps to go, so everybody should be able to go the distance from here. Now's when track position will be key. Trevor Aswinoth, Chris Walker up front, Devin Ray, David Flanagan on the second row, Evan Carlbin and Frederick Lamassoure on the third row, Christian Viconti, CJ Jeffries, Patrick Pieper, and Edmund Jones round out the top 10. Everybody can go from here on fuel. A lot of these drivers have already used their fast repair after being caught up in incidents early. They have to be extra careful and extra patient. At the same time, I think I see some of the drivers throwing their patience out the window. Chris Walker still on the apron trying to conserve every drop of fuel here. Pace car is in. Everybody tightens back up. Green flag is back in the air. It'll be 17 to go at the line. Everybody coming up through the gears. Out of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Haven't seen a lot of movement back behind quite yet. But a lot of these drivers, now we're getting some 3 wide mid-pack. As Tyler Irwin starts to try and fight his way back to the front. Still 3 wide, back behind. Now they settle back into 2 wide. Several drivers mid-pack blinking. That could be a problem. Trevor Azranoff on the high side out front. Chris Walker gets the better run into 3 and 4. Now Highline has the advantage on the backstretch and a little bit on the front stretch, as you see. But that bottom line dominates through the turns. Three wide, multiple lines, and we've got a car just disappeared. That could be a huge problem this late in the race. That is Nicholas Johnson up on the high side. Drivers going 3 wide, trying to make their way to the front, coming to 14 laps to go, and it's going to be 3 wide at the front for the lead. We've had several wrecks here tonight, but no big one yet. But still quite a bit to go. And they're 3 wide, about 4 lines deep at the moment. And that middle line definitely being affected by the air on both sides. Bouncing around quite a bit. Chris Walker has the nose ahead. That 3 wide has gone back 5 rows now. Looking down from the blimp. They are briefly 4 wide in the middle. A lot of bumping and door banging going on at the front. It is very, very sketchy up here. They're coming to 12 to go. Things are about to get even more spicy. Drivers know they've got a limited amount of time now to make it to the front. CJ Jeffries alone up on the 3rd line. No help. Oh, we've got a wreck behind. Multiple cars involved. Caution is back out. See if we can see what brought this one out. Keep an eye on Edmund Jones. Has the little radioactive symbol on his car. A big checkup. Edmund goes off track. Chad Johnson, there's the bigger stack up back behind. Chad Johnson catches some air. One more look at this one. There's Edmund at the front. Chad Johnson, there's a second incident back behind. Wow. Several drivers at the front fake to pit road. They're all the way down on the apron. No, Kirk, no flip. Chad Johnson just caught air and got nose down for a moment, but no flip. We will restart with less than 10 to go. Trevor Azranoth still has not been back to pit road since lap 37, along with David Flanagan, Devin Ray, and Evan Carlbon. Trevor, the only one down on down on the apron rather, doing everything he can to conserve a little bit of fuel. Definitely have not seen the patience we have expected at any point in this race. And let's take a look, see if Kirk Marble is right. Did Lynn Marble fly? There's the incident back behind. Lynn went sliding, but never flipped the car. Came very close. They get the 1 to green and begin to stack back up. Trevor's actually trying to shortcut the turn as much as possible to conserve as much fuel as possible. Christian Visconti and Devin Ray up front for the moment. These guys going to some extreme lengths here tonight. Just to save a little bit of fuel and maintain their track position. Interestingly, everybody from 22nd on back took 4 tires and fuel. Getting word that Trevor is known for running out of fuel, hence his extreme fuel saving. Definitely makes sense. Here they come out of turn 4. Pace car makes that hard left onto pit road. Here they come. Green flag back in the air. It'll be 8 to go at the line. Christian gets a good jump out front, but he can't get too far out there or he will get flown by. Zachary, oh! Trevor went all the way up to the wall Trevor getting aggressive about the blocking, as is Christian. Wow, they're getting extreme. This will not end well. And caution is back out. Richie Joplin, Chad Ragsdale, Brandon Vigneault, all involved. The field wasn't even up to full speed. Looking back behind, let's see what happened. They go 3 wide. Oh, a big checkup back behind. The accordion after that blocking. Looking down from the blimp. We saw that aggressive blocking up front. Knew it wouldn't end well. You see the accordion as everybody behind checks up. They briefly end up 4 wide and several drivers end up in the grass. Did not look like any of the drivers that went off got into any walls. Trevor fakes the pit road but doesn't come in. Few drivers back behind are coming in. They don't need to top off. They could be making a tire change, hoping that they have a little bit of maneuverability. Richie Joplin, Kevin Kazar, Devin McDonald, Brandon Vigneault, Chad Ragsdale, and Lynn Marble all in. I think some of these guys that last pitted lap 37, they are loving the cautions. However, if we end up in a green-white checkered situation, they are definitely going to be in trouble. As Scooter Black gets a wave around, he'll get one of his laps back. And it is very, very possible we could end up in a green-white checkered here tonight. Admin set up 2 green-white checkers. Let's see if we can dial up Trevor's in-car camera. Yeah, he is even clutching and maybe even shutting the engine off. Coasting it as much as is possible. Lights are out. Everybody stacks back up. They will restart with 4 laps to go. Now the question is, do we see a green-white checkered, or do we go green to the finish? Kirk Marble saying we are definitely getting a green-white checkered. Richie Joplin still in the fight in the Navy Joe coffee car. I should have had a cup of Navy Joe coffee before I started this one. Pace car dives to pit road. He doesn't want any part of this. Here they go. Green flag is in the air. 4 to go at the line. "30 cars still on the lead lap." Kirk, I'm sure you would have done wonderfully in these wrecks tonight. Out of turn 2, still bringing them up to speed. Already seeing some of the drivers look into the high line. Three wide, mid-pack, looks like Cody Burke. Headed up the middle. The defending champ knows how to get it done. Will he get help? 3 to go. Chris Joe, wreck at the front. Trevor is in it. And the caution is out. We will go to a green-white checkered. Cars are flipping and flying out of turn 2. Quite a few drivers caught up in that one. It started on the front row. Looking down from the blimp, we saw it started up front. Did Trevor get a bad bump as they go off into 1 and 2? Oh, Johnson on the bottom pushes up, collects Trevor. And then the big one hits. A lot of cars get caught up. There you see them back through 1 and 2. Some of the drivers already getting into it. Several cars go airborne. Smoke and body panels everywhere. Several drivers back on pit road, hoping they still have a fast repair available. Kirk Marble predicting one more big one coming. Carlbon gets down to the bottom. He ended up towing it in. Christian Visconti still up front, followed by Nicholas Johnson, Randy Ayers, Jesse Newsom, and now Joshua Nichols into the top 5. CJ Jeffries, Chris Walker, Jeremy Queener, Cody Kennedy, and Edmund Jones, the top 10. Cody Burke, defending champ, now in 11th. Richie Ragsdale in 12th. Dale Coker coming off pit road. Devin Ray back in the field. Lights go out on the pace car. The green-white checkered finish here at Daytona. On the upside, Trevor does now have enough fuel to make it to the end. On the downside, he got bumped into the wall, and after leading and being up front for a large part of this race, he is now back in 23rd. He's got a lot of ground to make up. Infinite Frost, you're not wrong. "27 cars still in the lead lap with 2 laps to go. Any one of those 27 could still pull it off." Anybody got any bold predictions on who will pull off the win? Here they come, back to the start-finish line. Pace car dives to pit road. Green flag is back in the air. 2 laps to go at Daytona. And I saw Trevor stick the nose out. He tried to make it 3 wide immediately. Looks like he picked up a couple of spots already. Up to 19th, settles back in. Christian Visconti, big push, out of 2. But Nicholas Johnson on the high side, getting a big pull. Oh, we're wrecking on the backstretch. Caution is back out. We'll get another green-white checkered. Barney's arm getting a little worn out here. Cody Kennedy, Cody Burke, Ryan Ayers, Jesse Newsom, Richie Ragsdale, Patrick Pieper, and more involved. Here they come out of turn 2. We saw a lot of bumping up here at the front And there you see the bump that turns him down. Cody has nowhere to go. Looks like minimal damage to some of them, but he comes back up on the track, can't get the car stopped. Take another look down from the blimp. A couple of cars are actually bobbling coming out of 2. Big bump and oh, bad bump. It looks like Joshua Nichols may have gotten the worst of it. Looks like Nichols was the one that got the bad bump. He gives a big push to Johnson. Bounces off, gets the bump from behind it, turns him sideways. Then he just starts spinning. Hope he wasn't in VR. One more attempt at the green-white checkered. Now the question is, will we finish under green or under yellow? It definitely has been a rough race, buddy. Trevor got destroyed as well as Nichols. I'm guessing the sim not showing all the damage. Cody Kennedy looks like he has gone in, got repaired. Looking through the field to see if any more cars are out here with significant damage. Looks like everybody out on the track is still in one piece. Jeremy Queener on his way back out, as is Kevin Kazar. Devin McDonald headed back out. Looks like his car still has a bit of damage to it. Edmund Jones out of the race now. 24 cars still on the lead lap. And Richie Joplin is done. His race comes to an end early as well. Kirk, that's fair, yeah. It's worth noting, I've been broadcasting for over 4 years now. I have had exactly one super speedway race go green to checkers without a caution. Not surprised to see a little chaos here tonight, especially with the number of cars on track. Yeah, Kirk, it's probably all your fault, I'm sure. Here we come through 3 and 4. Nicholas Johnson, Christian Visconti on the front row, the final attempt. Pace car dives to pit road. His night may be done. But these guys have told there's bumping off the green. Holy cow, Nicholas Johnson. Looked like he might have spun the tires. They're wrecking behind. Everybody clears the track. Brandon Vigneault and Evan Carlman both in trouble. We'll take a look after the checkers at that. Oh, big wreck at the front. Most of the cars go off the track. Looked like one may have come back up. And we will get the caution and we will finish under yellow. White flag is in the air. Christian Visconti has the lead at the time of caution. Nicholas Johnson in second, Jesse Newsom in third. They just have to make it back to the start-finish line. Definitely a bumpy, rough night here at Daytona. And I imagine some tempers are up right now. We could see a little payback coming next Sunday night. Brandon Vigneault goes by the whole field. But Christian Visconti will come to the checkers. He pulls off the win at Daytona. Nicholas Johnson comes home in second. Jesse Newsom in third. Let's take a look at that last lap incident. As they head off into 1 and 2, there is Vigneault's incident. Then a few seconds later, Carlman, gets bumped down the track and turned up into the wall. Then coming out of turn 2, a lot of bumping at the front. Cody Burke up into the top 5 for the first time. Several cars trying to shoot the middle. They bang hard. And there is the final chaos. What a finish. What an eventful night. Folks, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. We'll have all the highlights out later this week. And let's see if we can talk to our top 3, starting with Nicholas Johnson. Nicholas, man, that was one heck of a wild race. You definitely had to come through a bit of chaos to get a top 3.
Oh, yeah. I think the last, I think it was like 17 laps with 17 to go. I was sitting in like 20 something and made my way up to the front, going 3 wide, doing some pretty good, pretty cool moves through there. had an incident with like, I don't know, 5 to go or something that guys were saying were my fault, but I was like, there's no way I was close enough, and turns out it was net code. So all in all, I had fun. It was cool. I can't get the monkey off my back when it comes to Daytona, man. Second place is all I can get.
Well, man, still a great finish, especially the chaos. Congratulations.
Thanks, Doug. Thanks for streaming the deal.
Nicholas Johnson comes home in second. Jesse Newsom comes home in third. Jesse, a wild night. You started way back. Came through everything to pull off a third place finish, and you really got bumped around early in this one.
Oh yeah, that was I didn't know if we were ever going to get through that one. That was definitely a rough ride there for those last 2 laps. I think I went from like 13th to 3rd or something. I don't know exactly where I was on the restart, but I definitely got lucky, that's for sure.
Well, man, looking at the numbers, you were actually the biggest mover of the night, too. After starting, in 30th to come home in 3rd, that was one heck of a run.
Oh, yeah, that was, I picked up some damage there. I can't remember which caution it was, and then I just decided to stay out, and then next thing you know, we go back green, and I get in another wreck, and I'm like, well, I can't stay out for this one, and then I made the big move on the last lap there. I hit the gap in the middle, and honestly, it was pure luck, to be honest, and I thought I was going through that wreck, and I don't know if netcode helped me or what, but that was unbelievable.
Well, man, a great job, an awesome race for you. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
And finally, our winner, Christian Visconti. Christian, I'd like to say you came through all the chaos, but honestly, everybody chased you all night long, and when it came down to it, you were in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, that was badass. I don't even know this league existed till about 10 minutes before the race started, so I'll fucking take it. Yeah, thanks to I'll thank everyone in a minute, but yeah, I don't know. That was fun. I don't know how we did it, but thankfully I held on there at the end. I didn't know if we were gonna keep it green or not. I was ready for anything, but played out in my favor, thankfully. So.
Well, man, a great job and a great finish. Everything fell your way tonight. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, thanks. I want to thank Matthew Logan, Ryan Ayers, the best spotter in the business, Matthew Logan, Quentin Haley, my lawyer, Scooter Allison, and everyone at 1-3 Racing. What a hell of a... we worked hard all winter working on this car, and, paid off.
It definitely did. Great run tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Our apologies for the language. And, man, what a race it was. Obviously, the drivers up front very excited, and a bumpy night for the others. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget, tomorrow at some point, the Unicorn will be trucking. More Racing is back Tuesday night. We will see you then. Hope everybody had as much fun as we did. Have a great night, y'all.